The Merrell twins judging Asian culture with full explanation. The reason I decided to make this video is because of this clip that I recently saw of Nessa.
When I was high school, people made fun of me for it. But now it's like...
I did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But you like it now, right?
I like it now. And I feel bad that I judged people for that.
So we showed him My Hero, and he liked.
So off the bat, if that didn't sound effing wrong to you, then there is something wrong with you, and you're just as ignorant and close-minded as them. Secondly, before we get to the real point, why would you judge someone based on a show? That's like someone saying, "Ew, I judge anyone who watches Star Wars." She basically admitted to how ignorant and racist she was towards Asian culture, because if you all didn't know, anime is Asian. She said she judged people who watched anime. But she's so obsessed with anime and K-pop, Asians in general now. And this is why this is angering. The fact that she literally admitted that she used to judge Asians and the things in our culture, but now she's pretending to be Asian, appropriating Asian culture, and being racist to Asians. That's why I'm making this video, once again showing how racist and un-Asian the Merrell twins are. Here we go again. Pay attention to these next two posts and how it relates to the Merrell twins. Everyone wants to be Asian without being Asian. They want to listen to K-pop and form their all-white K-pop groups, have our eyes with the fox eye trend, and rename our food from wontons to Chinese ravioli. But when we're attacked in the streets for being Asian, it's silence. First they'll hate your culture, then they limitate your culture.
Oh wait, guys, I have something to say just about the jackfruit.
Oh yeah.
Someone commented saying that they were offended that we didn't like the jackfruit and that we said it was gross.
Like what the heck is even jackfruit?
Okay, one, jackfruit, I've never seen jackfruit before, my family's never had it or anything. I bought it, and the thing about trying new things on videos is to not Google what it is or how you eat it, because you know, that's like the surprise of it. And you can't really get offended because, one, we didn't know what it was. Nuts around it.
People get offended by that.
Right? No, but you're supposed to eat the part with like the nuts around it, and that's the part we ate. It was gross.
Before I even liked K-pop, I just thought it was weird. And I'll be straight up honest. I was like, yeah, that's weird. But same with anime. When we first started to watch anime, at first I thought it was weird.
When I was high school, people made fun of me for it. But now it's like...
I did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But you...
How about, what's J-pop? What's J-pop? What's J-pop?
That's so funny.
K-pop or J-pop? There's such a thing as J-pop?
And then...
I'm just going to say you should give anime a chance if you do not watch it. I used to think it was weird and stuff until freshman year of college. Then I'm like, wow, I love this.
And then suddenly, comes the obsession with Asians. This was all after K-pop.
The Siamese cat. Oswald?
Sagwa.
Oh, what was the Oswald one? The octopus. Oswald was on Nick Jr. Same with Sagwa. I loved Sagwa though. Rugrats. Yes. That's how we have been into that kind of culture. We've always liked that kind of culture. Oh my god. Ronnie. It was just a realization. Blue's Clues. Yeah. That's how we have been into that kind of culture. We've always liked that kind of culture. Oh my god.
Can we just stop right here for a second? Nessa, we've always been into that kind of culture, culture being Asian/Chinese culture. This is when they just got into K-pop, and they literally said this. If that didn't sound wrong to you, then something's wrong with you. Plus, it's even more evidence of how non-Asian they are that they said they were always into Asian culture. If you were Asian, why would you be always into it? Even this little incident shows how desperate they were and how obsessed with Asians they were. And the fact she says, we've always been into these types of culture, when you literally saw Nessa saying she used to judge people who watched anime, which is basically like Sagwa. So Ronnie's literally lying because we literally know that they judged anything remotely Asian, so we definitely know she's lying by saying they've always been into Asian culture. Shake my effing head.
That's how we have been into that kind of culture. We've always liked that kind of culture. Oh my god. Before I even liked K-pop, I just thought it was weird. And I'll be straight up honest. I was like, yeah, that's weird. We've always liked that kind of culture. But same with anime. When we first started to watch anime, at first I thought it was weird. We've always liked that kind of culture.
But now it's like...
did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But
we've always liked that kind of culture.
I used to think it was weird and stuff until...
We've always liked that kind of culture.
So you were saying, Ronnie? Full of contradiction. Ronnie, her new name. And can we just see how she literally pulled her eyes to make it look slanted?
That's how we have been into that kind of culture. We've always liked that kind of culture. Oh my god. It was just a realization.
Yeah, but we haven't watched. There's no more English dubs. It stops after episode 200 something. And we know they say you're supposed to watch anime in like Japanese and read the title. I just can't do it. But I know a lot of people get pissed off when people don't watch it in Japanese. But I personally just can't watch it in Japanese. I have to watch it with an English dub. And they stopped making the English dubs at episode 227. And do you know how bad that sounds? In episode 227, there's no more English dubs.
Did you guys finish Fairy Tail yet? No. I'm pretty sure they came out with the rest of the English dubs, just saying.
As you can see, they couldn't even watch anime in Japanese. They said it out of their own mouth, even admitting themselves how wrong they sounded by saying that, knowing themselves what they said was wrong. So don't say I was putting words in their mouth, they said it themselves. They hated and judged anything remotely Asian, the food, the shows, the music, the language, etc. But then get into K-pop, start obsessing over Asians and our culture, and then say stuff to justify why suddenly they are into the culture, that it's because they've always been in the culture, when we all saw that that is not true at all. Remember this.
Before I even liked K-pop, I just thought it was weird. And I'll be straight up honest. I was like, yeah, that's weird. But same with anime. When we first started to watch anime, at first I thought it was weird.
But now it's like...
I did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But
showing they weren't always into Asian culture like Ronnie said, actually the total opposite, judging Asians and our culture. And if you're going to defend her by saying, well, she said she felt bad, so it makes up for it.
but now it's like...
did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But you like it now, right?
I like it now. And I feel bad that I judged people for that.
We showed him My Hero, and he loved it.
The only reason she feels bad now is because she's obsessed with Asians and wanna be us. That's why she feels bad. If she never got into K-pop or anime, she would still think the same about Asians and our culture. Straight out of her mouth she said she judged people who watch anime. Everyone knows the majority of people who watch anime, mostly back then, were Asians. Anime is Asian, so she was judging Asians and our culture, so don't try to make excuses for her. She said it out of her damn mouth and didn't even apologize, only said she felt bad. Shake my effing head, but now she's obsessed with Asians? To the point of being racist to Asians, creating stereotypes towards the Asian community, and changing her ethnicity to be us? So what changed? K-pop. But do you all see? See why this is effing wrong? It's exactly as the post said, first you judge us, now you imitate us, now you appropriate our culture and use our culture as your aesthetic, exactly what the Merrell twins are doing.
I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
But back to the point. They used to judge Asians, think Asian stuff were disgusting, but now they want to be us. And if you watched my new Merrell twin, you'll see that they couldn't even stand to watch anime in Japanese, that's why they can't even finish Fairy Tail, but they can always wear clothes with Japanese writing on it? If that doesn't scream appropriation, disrespectful, offensive, then what does it say? I judge you and your race, but I use your culture and language as an aesthetic. That's exactly what they're doing with Asians in our culture. It's no different, and don't even try to say it is. As you can see, from the beginning, they thought Asian stuff was weird, judged it, her words, but after the K-pop obsession, changes her features, makeup, and clothes, wearing clothes with Asian languages on it, when she admits she can't even watch anime in the Japanese, but she can wear clothes in Japanese, and she judged anime, which is Japanese, but now she wears Japanese aesthetic clothing, appropriating the culture, and worse, going so far to even change their ethnicity.
We are, like, our ancestors do come from the Philippines, but that there was this time where a bunch of people went to the Philippines that were like Korean, Japanese, Chinese. So we could either be any type of those Asian.
And this is why I keep making videos of them, exposing them of this. They act like they're so Asian, that they love Asians in our culture, but what have we seen from them? They were racist towards Asian, saying racist, stereotypical, ignorant remarks about Asians.
Got those monolins. Well, if you look at when we were children, like babies, we looked super like Asian. Chinese. Or something.
You have
I have more
sultry
Asian eyes.
No, I don't look Asian. I look more goth. What if I did 2 ponytails? Then I look very Asian. Okay, ready? Ronnie's going to act super Asian right now.
They didn't even know what Asians were, had to be taught what Asians looked like.
I'm Asian, but brown kind. See, there's so many different types of Asian, and like growing up, we didn't know that. Like, we didn't associate Asian being that, because that's just how it was just taught where we were. Yeah, where we taught, that's how it was like.
And the discrimination we had to deal with.
I learned it in college that Asian Americans get treated terribly.
Judged Asians in our culture, but now are in love with Asians to the point of obsession and appropriation, and pretending and disguising themselves as Asian, when proof shows they're not. Used Asians for aesthetics only, silent now when Asians are being targeted, all the above they've done. And that is why I keep making these videos. The words came out of her own mouth. She judged Asians in our culture. Anime is Asian culture. Who mostly watches anime? Asians, so don't try to make excuses for them. These words came out of her mouth, but for the past 6 years, they put on this charade that they were always into Asian culture, they always identified as Asian, when as we just saw, they didn't. Not only did they not, they judged us, Asians, and now they want to pretend to be us, wear our clothes, appropriate our culture, try to look like us? A big hell no. And that is why I continue to make these videos. Because of this. They are the epitome of these two posts.
Oh,
but now it's like,
did not like anime in high school. I was very judgmental towards people who liked anime.
Go watch my other video, Vanessa Merrell still appropriating Asian culture. There you all will see that she is still in fact obsessed with Asians in our culture. For the people who think they're not, you will see it there. It relates to this because as you can see, she judges Asians and Asian culture, but she has the audacity to appropriate our culture. Go check it out.